Bonsai here, or known as XL. I was a noob in disguise, and I was using this delicious GP01 in my other account, and it's a level 2 variant. And this guy was an A+ player, and he thought this game would be pretty easy. But I gave him a little run for his money. And, you know, he was doing some pretty nice cheeky moves, but I tend to get my shots on when it comes to laser guns, because I really love them laser guns, because they're really nice and glowy. Right there I kind of hit his shield, and I was able to catch his move in a very drastic way. But it was pretty painful to realize that the GP01 just tends to get up, and he did a nice little jump shot right there, which I tend to do that, and I really enjoy doing that in certain moments. But that man backed out aggressively, which pretty damn intrigues me. At this point, he was all like, I know he's not a D freaking player. He must be a little bit high up there or something. He's pretending. God damn it. I was hoping this match would be easy. But he was able to shoot me right there. On the side, like on the hip. But I swear to God, I thought my shield had that beam caught on. And I was like, okay, well shit. And right now we're just doing the little turnaround type of thing right there. Going around in circles. Like we don't care. And right there I have no I literally clicked onto my remote, and my remote just tends to do really funky things, and it just automatically shot right there. And I was like, I did not shoot. I must have barely pressed the fire trigger, but you know, fingers kind of get fidgety when it gets real intense. But hey man, that was a nice confrontation. Now he knows. Right there I kind of shot where he was sitting down and standing on. Throughout that whole time in that match, he kept on using his machine guns, and now I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna use my machine guns too, you know. Right there, he should have got an extra hit on me. But I guess the elevation got my levelation go on right there. This dude right here is trying to chase me around. I use the dust in my favor, sort of. But hey, he was real cheeky. And at this point we were just in par. He had skill and I had skill. He finished me off with Vulcans, I finished him off with Vulcans too. And there we go. It was just like a little back and forth type of thing. Like tic-tac-toe, but with robots. I gotta love the GP01 though. It is remarkable, and when I mean remarkable, it can do some really nasty shenanigans in 1v1s. And I love this mobile suit. I have this mobile suit in my other account also, but the level 1 variant, and I was able to pull off the level 2, which is pretty damn insane in the membrane. You know? Throwing in some rhymes like Eminem, but I'm never gonna get on his level, and he's a little bit way up there. And at this point I'm like, okay, so I only have 50 seconds to do something really drastic. People just tend to feel like they're a little bit on top, but I was like, no, it's just enough time to do some crazy stuff right now. It was trying to graze me through that building, which can happen, you know, and it's not a pretty sight, you know. It makes it look realistic because in the animes, they do cut through buildings and catch the enemy off guard. And that's the thing about GP01s, they get up real quick. And when I mean real quick, I used the smoke in my favor. I blinded him and gave him a little taste of satisfaction. And this is literally a stock GP01 with no enhancements, with nothing on it. I didn't put nada on it. Not a single little detail on this thing. No melee boost, no nothing. D plus and A plus, it really doesn't matter how high player you are. You can do some pretty wild things in low tier. Low tier, I did meet someone who was on a level of a new type, and man oh man, he was really good. I felt salty throughout the whole time because he kept on beating me. But hey, he was able to drag throughout the whole match. At this point, I just wanted to get something to drink because I was pretty thirsty. Now this was this other match. This was like a real true Gundam match. And when I mean real true Gundam match, we were fighting intelligently. And I was fighting a little bit more brain and stuff. Yep. You can go really big brain with mobile suits. And right over here, he just dropped down under the bridge, which is a good place to just do some nice covering, you know. I just tend not to peek over the ridge because they can just sneak a shot on me. Right over here, I'm just like, okay, I'm going to wait for him. I'm going to do a little sneak attack. It didn't work in my favor, but it would have worked if I would have waited a little bit more. What this Zeta thought, he didn't know where I was. He was like, I'm gonna pop up here, see where he's at. And I missed. I was like, god damn it. And it was close too, but I was able to boost out of that situation. And what I showed him right there was something new that he probably never seen before. Like, he was like, okay, so he was laying down, and he was like, that was pretty damn impressive. Now right here, you can do this. You can just get on top of this building, and you could do a really sneak up shot right here at the corner. It's a really nice groove right here. It's like an L shape, this building formation right here. Perfect opening to shoot someone. You can throw some shots with in this section right there. And right here, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to chase him after this guy. But this man, he went long gone. And them Zetas, they got some pretty damn heavy boost. And I'm fighting with this same man in the other match. Me and him, we were just able to do some pretty nasty shenanigans. At this point, I'm like, okay, so I know for a fact he's repairing, so I'm gonna repair. Because, you know, in the mini-map, you can see that when you're repairing, you tend to get invisible. And you know, you can pop out of nowhere. Like the guy from Pink Panther, where he keeps on saying supplies instead of surprise. And this guy was doing some shenanigan. I don't know what he was doing right now. He was probably looking for me. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna look for him too. So I was just like, okay, we're just gonna go around, see if I could spot any movement. And I'm checking every little corner because he could do the same thing as I did to him. And it's a good technique too. Like when you're laying down on your belly, when your legs are broken, or you're trying to do a surprise attack, people just tend to usually see people stand up, or they're on their knees in certain moments. But when you're laying down, you got some potential. You don't have to worry about being staggered unless it's like consecutive shots. Then you have to worry about, or when they come towards you with a melee when you're laying down and they hit you. And when I mean hit you, they hit you like you're a damn freaking bug trying to escape, but you can't. Right here I was like, okay, I'm fully charged now. I don't have to worry about anything. I'm looking for this man because I really wanted more action. And that's the thing about this map. You can basically hide anywhere in this map. This map is like perfect for the little rascal mobile suits like the Efric Knock or those Pixies or desert type Jogu. And boy oh boy, those Jogus, those ones are full of surprises. They can do some mad flanks on the enemies. So at this point I was like, okay, I'm gonna see if he's at his base, you know. And I'm aware, like, I am completely aware throughout this whole match. I'm 100% sure if I get shot in the back, I am able to get out of that situation because I don't want to get close to the Zeta. And what I mean, I don't want to get close. The melee on the Zeta is way up there. They can instantly melee you to death. So I'm just trying to keep my distance. Because if I don't keep my distance, you know, it's not a pretty sight. And yep, those Zetas, they could do some pretty damn flashy moves. Right here, this was a really good vantage point. If I had a few minutes, and if he ever came through that section right there, I could either shoot on that tunnel section, or the right section, or the left section. There was many choices I could have done right there. And I just got an auxiliary generator because it's my other account. Now, at this point, I was like, I hope he doesn't leave. I want to finish him. I want to fight him fair and square. And at that point, he was like, huh, I think that guy is a D plus player. He wasn't sure, like, he wasn't sure what was going on. Now, at this point, I was glad he wanted to stick around because, man oh man, that's when things get real interesting. Last match was basically a tie. Now this one, I'm gonna say I was pretty much playing with this map. I was playing with the way he was thinking. And I basically did some techniques called false maneuvers. And false maneuvers are things that makes it seem your opponent is gonna assume that you're gonna do that specific thing. And right here, I'm having a problem with my remote where my volsuit just keeps on getting up, and my joystick has problems where it's kind of a pain in the ass. And I was like, oh god, fudge it, I'm out of this position. I just keep on going up and down. And that Zeta, he basically didn't spot me at that specific moment. And he's literally surveying the whole area, which is a good decision. And I was over here chilling out with the trees, because trees are your best friends. You can give yourself a nice good old tree hug and a pat on your back. Anyways, I was like, alright, I'm gonna close the gap with this map, because I know for a fact, and I heard the Zeta's movement. Like, you can hear the movement of the Zeta. It has a specific sound when it moves, and it sounds cool, but you know, it's loud. You can hear the screeching of the mobile suit too. Right there. I had no clue how I was able to deflect, but the shield tends to get right in front of the chest area of the GP01, which worked in my favor. Right here, I was stupid. I shot the damn thing because I thought I was away from that mountain. And at that point, he saw the little red color of the beam. So I was like, alright, I'm gonna push this guy and see if I can get him off guard. And we were just having this crazy ass confrontation, which is pretty good. And I was like, I'm sick and tired of going around circles. I cannot stand doing that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go this way. Now over here, this man over here, he was surprised that I was doing a little turnaround right there. He was expecting me to go in that little hallway, but I did not go in the hallway. Right there, that should have connected. And right there, that should have not connected. And I was like, god damn it. Alright, so this guy, I tried to bait him, to attack forward, but he was doing some pretty cheeky stuff. At this point, I was like, okay, this guy's really good. And I was like, okay, this is pretty damn painful. Me and him, we haven't died, but we were able to do pot shots on each other, and that's cool, you know. I love these sort of engagements. And over here, I dragged right behind him, which he did not expect, but he was able to graze me right there. And I boosted right there. He was going to use the beam to stagger me, to use his melee, because if I would have not boosted in that situation, he could have either meleeed me or beamed me. And I had a good decision right there. Right there, I know he's behind there repairing, because he just wants to get ahead, which is kind of annoying in certain moments. I'm just like, bro, I don't care if you're repairing, you're gonna waste time doing it, you know. Sometimes all that repair don't even mean jack shit. Now, right here, we were just doing the same thing over and on. I'm just like, I'm sick and tired of doing this. So I pretended to go left, and I pretended to go left again right there. And he wasn't, like, he was not expecting that sort of technique. And he was like, yo, what the frack, man? And at this point, I was like, okay, so I'm gonna go up here on this cliff and try to squeeze a shot if I can. But it's pretty damn difficult because he's playing it real tactical right now. And I don't have that many seconds right now. And I was able to shoot him at that specific moment. He keeps on running and running and running away, and it's so goddamn annoying. And I was able to chop that man into slices. And right here, he just stood there and he gave up, and I was like, okay, I understand. Oh man. I count that as a win because I swear to God, if I had a little bit more time right there, I would have destroyed him, but I did more damage, and that was a win in my part, so I don't mind that. That's pretty damn impressive. Now the next thing is that I had these really good matches, and it was, I believe, a match with the Shiki, and God almighty, I love the Shiki. It is amazing. It is part of me. Now, that man left the room, kind of disappointed. I wanted more, but I had tricked him. I was a trap. And this is a pretty damn decent match. And there was this other man in my team also using the Shiki, which I should have praised him when I had the chance at the end of the match, but it did not happen. In this specific moment, I think there's a part where I completely destroyed the entire enemy team by myself. But they were all on low HPs, but I was able to fight and give my ground. And those moments can happen. You just gotta believe in your mobile suit. You gotta believe that resonating soul in it. At this point, I'm just like literally capturing this point. Pain in the ass, but hey, it's a must do. And the normal time. It's gotta get done. You gotta grab it. And at this point, I was like, okay, maybe I can sneak a shot over here. But that super gun was able to shoot me in a very weird moment. Some people have insane flames that makes them go ahead. And right here, I was able to save my own teammate from total annihilation because he was using a camper, and that camper would have died instantaneously. And at this point, I was able to get this man, but he was able to dodge away from me, which was good on his part. Oh man. God, I love those supports, man. Especially when you get them when they at least expect it. Now at this point, my teammates were going down, and I was basically the monkey in the middle. The whoop whoop ha ha, you know, and I wasn't ready for that nonsense. You're all hungry for that banana of fun. And at that point, I believe my team was doing some pretty good damn work right there, trying to hold off the enemy, because the thing is, you don't want the enemy to steamroll you, and it's not a pretty sight. I've seen some games where the enemy team just gets absolutely steamrolled, and it's pretty sad. At this point, I was like, okay, I'm going after the support, blah blah blah. And right there, I hit his shield, but I was able to catch it, which I kind of find really BS in my part. But hey, I'll take it. Right there, I was able to stop this man. I shot him in the toe, you know, like in the movie. And then I came over here and I swung that man. And I took out 3 enemy team members with no hesitation. And right here, I fought this man over here. And I thought I could reach him. But he was able to do some really cheeky maneuver. And right there, I kind of got him like a boss. And I was like, okay, I know I'm gonna get this. And there's this man who's right behind me. I wasn't sure what it was, but it was the FD coming in for vengeance. He wasn't too happy about that, but I was able to hit him, and my teammates came in to finish his butt off. My wonderful teammates did their beautiful thing, and I love it. I love it. Oh boy. That was rather ridiculous. I enjoyed that every bit. Now the Shiki has some speed potential. It has a really good hop to it, so you can hop in certain situations in space. And hopping means that you can jump from one side to another side, which rarely happens in certain occasions, but you can see it in certain mobile suits that they can hop. And there's also certain mobile suits where their legs are pretty damn thick, and when their legs are pretty damn thick, they're easier to hit. Instead of the Shiki has some pretty damn thin legs. Right there, I was really slow with my melee, and you can make your melee stall in the Shiki. Like, you can stall the melee. You can go for a left, right swing, and then you wait for a little bit, and then you can do a heavy finisher at the very end. And that's what I did on the Rigdies. At this point, I was like, oh shit, I got him up my butt. I couldn't do anything. My teammate, look at my teammates, they were all chilling over there, and I was by myself. You know? Like, they could have came in and helped me, but they all just decided to watch the ace get obliterated. Protect your ace. How hard can it be, man? How hard? And if someone was able to interfere with one shot at least at that engagement, I could have survived. And from that point, that led the whole match to go downhill, but it ended out clutch at the very end. Teammates were practically foolish. They just didn't know what the hell was going on, you know? And I still could have been alive, spanking like a baby's body. Right there, I was able to boost out of that situation. And there was these guys right here. And at this point, I was just outnumbered, because when you're the ace, everyone just tends to focus, and especially when you're in a disadvantage and everyone is generals, it can get really damn painful. Not as painful as the Gebera Tetra, because the Gebera Tetra, I would have not even survived that engagement at all. And it pains me to say that this match was really, really close, and I believe someone at a certain point caught a point right there. right there, I was sure that I got it. I was like, oh shit, now I fucked up. But this dude came right behind me and attacked me. I came in and attacked him. Because I knew it was a damn good dude. He was calling in for vengeance. And my whole team, like, I'm in here. I'm digging my own grave. You know? And my teammates are just literally doing stuff. And I got up here, I was like, oh shoot. And that guy, the FB1, was basically distracted. And some dude got a cheeky base takeover. And that saved the game. And I find that really insane. It was a really epic match. I loved every part of it. Take care, y'all.